Hi everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. My name is Stacy. I'm the Pleiadian Awakener. So today let's talk about Jupiter moving through the sign of Taurus. So that starts on May the 16th, 2023, all the way until May 25th of 2024. So if you're not familiar with Jupiter, we're going to talk a little bit about Jupiter before jumping into every single sign and what that means for each and every one of us. So Jupiter takes approximately 12 years to go around the entire zodiac. He spends approximately 1 year in each and every sign. And what I personally like to do is always look back as to when the planet was in the sign last to sort of generate similar themes that might be coming up for us as a collective and also personally as well. So looking back in time here, Jupiter was last in Taurus, June 2011 until June of 2012. And then before that time was June 1999 until June of 2000. And then even before that, March of 1988 until March of 1989. Now, if you want to keep going back in time, just subtract 12 years, and that's when Jupiter would be approximately transiting the sign of Taurus. So you can definitely expect similar themes. I wouldn't say exact because obviously there's other players in the sky, right? So there could have been other things happening at your life at that time. But definitely reflect back, what was happening in your life during these times. Now, Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and he also co-rules Pisces together with Neptune. So some other themes that might be layered in here are our belief systems, higher education, teaching, long distance travel, the legal system, also dreams, spirituality, intuition, and anything to do with the unseen world. So, and then just to add another layer on top of that, moving through the fixed sign of Taurus, which is an earth sign, we're also going to have a layer of something to do with the senses, the sensory experience, food, nutrition, money, our work, material possessions, and also our values. So again, this is just a high level snapshot of some themes that could be coming up for all of us as a collective and also personally as well. But where it gets really personal is where Jupiter, of course, is transiting in your chart, and also if he is making any aspects to any personal planets especially. So in general, Jupiter is the great benefic. I love talking about Jupiter because, he's the great benefic. So he usually bestows, those blessings and positivity and optimism onto all of us and the whole planet, which is fantastic. So during this transit through Taurus, this is a really great time to get some traction in our life. And again, this is a year-long transit, so we do have a lot of time to take advantage of this energy, which is fantastic. Really great time for just getting things done, doing things, seeing some tangible results, maybe some things that we started over the past year while he was transiting in Aries. We might see some more results from that, like things coming into form. It's also about being more resourceful and being less wasteful when Jupiter is transiting through Taurus. Also, we're going to want to reach for our goals, and we're going to crave that direction in our lives. Even us will be maybe providing direction more so to other people, but we're going to really crave that, path in our lives during this time. So what else here? And also, another thing with Jupiter transiting Aries is we wanted to risk a lot, of course, depending on how this was aspecting in your own personal chart. With Jupiter transiting Taurus, we will want to slow down on the risk taking. We'll be a little bit more cautious when it comes to risk taking at this time. But I do see this as a downfall, as maybe because, again, this is the sign of money, and beauty and wanting to experience the sensory experience. I could also see this as a downfall, as maybe spending too much money or dumping all of our resources into one idea or one experience, for example. Also keep in mind, Uranus is still here. So Uranus is still transiting Taurus until I think around middle of 2026, I believe. So with Uranus still in the sign of Taurus, there's still going to be some unpredictability when it comes to finances and investments. But if Uranus wasn't here, I would say Jupiter transiting Taurus, that's usually a good time for finances and investments. So, you know, heed your intuition on that. Work with a financial advisor if you're called to do so, or an accountant or a trusted advisor, because normally this is a good time for finances for all of us. But again, with Uranus in there, that's the wild card. That's the unpredictability factor of it. So again, use your own intuition, and you do you. How about that? You just do you. What else here? Really great time to slow down and enjoy life. Again, it's all about that sensory experience with Taurus. So the senses, the sights, the smells, just taking it all in and moving a little bit slower. So we all have permission to slow down during this transit, like literally slow down and smell the roses, right? I think we've all heard that saying. So yeah, do it. Absolutely do it. This transit is giving us all permission to just take in life. You know, with Jupiter moving through Aries, it was very spicy, fiery, action-oriented. Now with Taurus, it's like, okay, let's slow down. Let's plant those seeds of intention and just take in life and be grateful for where we are right now, and be grateful for everything that we have around us right now. And there's definitely nothing wrong with moving towards our goals and our purpose. But yeah, it's just going to be, speaking of purpose, it's going to be more purposeful when Jupiter is transiting Taurus. So, and I do have to talk about the shadow side of this planet. Every single planet has a shadow side. So whether we're talking about the great benefic Jupiter or the great malefic Saturn, each sign has sort of that shadowy side where we can take things too far. So in Jupiter's case, there is such thing as too much of a good thing. So Jupiter basically expands anything it touches. And now this could be for good, or this could be for bad. So always keep that in mind with Jupiter. So because this is Taurus we're dealing with, do watch out for greed. Definitely stubbornness. Have you ever tried to move a bull? Have you ever tried to lift up a bull? That's what this energy is, because again, it's Taurus, that fixed earth energy. It's very difficult to move, and very almost like traditional, set in their ways almost. Another thing could be possessiveness of especially our material possessions, or what we have in our home, or our vehicles, or whatever the case may be. So do watch out for that. We ourselves might catch ourselves doing this, but you might notice this in the public, in the collective as well. Also, overindulgence in food. Taurus is about food nutrition, right? So I know how easy it is to get carried away in sweets and food and drinking and the drugs and the smoking and whatever it is that you love to indulge in. So Jupiter might expand that. So just keep that in mind, because you don't want to overindulge. Also, because this is Taurus, we could be dealing with overindulging in romance, love, getting lost in love, getting caught up in the romance. Also excess spending, because again, this is the money sign, or one of the money signs. So just watch out for things like that. And what else here? Oh yeah, and having an attitude of, you know, everything's going to work out. You know, and don't get me wrong, I say this all the time myself, you know, don't worry, everything's going to work out. But sometimes maybe saying it too much or taking it too far. And I'll give you a very simple example. So say you just met someone and you're just spending thousands of dollars on them in a month, lavishing them with diamonds and I don't know, jewelry and clothing and food and chocolates and travel. And the next thing you know, you're broke and you're not living within your means. And then when this transit is done next year, you're going to be extremely in debt, right? That's a very simple example. I'm not saying it's going to happen to every one of us, but just as an example of, oh, everything's going to be fine. I'm in love and, you know, nothing can stop me now. And so just, again, just be mindful. Just be very mindful of that type of attitude. Now, if you got the means, giver, you know, if you got the means, absolutely. But for those of us that don't quite, you know, we have to live within our means, then just be mindful of that spending aspect. And again, risk taking is encouraged, but I just suggest with careful, grounded planning. But again, you do you use your intuition, you seek out the advice that you need to take advantage of this energy. So balance is extremely, I'm going to say, key, very important. Even though we are dealing with the great benefic, but sometimes we can absolutely go overboard because Jupiter just loves to expand, right? Loves to expand the positive, joyful, optimistic energy. So now, when we do work with Jupiter's energy, we are more likely to achieve our goals with this planet. So, or at least get much, much, much closer to them. So I have heard, you know, if you have a Jupiter transit, the sky opens up and, you know, riches fall at your feet. I'm going to say not so much, but if that happens to you during this transit, I want to hear about it. You know, if you're, what do they call it, armchair astronaut, and you buy a lottery ticket and you win the lottery, I want to hear all about it. Because obviously that's, you know, beyond blessings, right? That is just incredible. So, if you, I would just say this is just not automatic. You know, you have to take a little bit of action when it does come to Jupiter. So my thoughts are, if you don't act, nothing's going to happen, right? But again, you do you. If I am wrong, tell me in the comments below of how rich is bestowed upon you. Absolutely, I want to hear about it. So it's when you have that growth mindset, that's what Jupiter loves. You know, when you're positive, when you're optimistic, when you are actively pursuing your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, whatever it is, that's when like attracts like. That's when you attract these people, places, things, material possessions, whatever the case may be, into your life because you're on a higher vibrational plane. So you are going to attract these in your life. And Jupiter or no Jupiter, if you have this mindset, you can attract and manifest the life you want, basically. But Jupiter just gives us that like turbo power, superpower to manifest it even more quickly, especially when he's transiting an earth sign like Taurus. So a couple dates I wanted to mention. I think there's going to be a lot more dates, but 3 dates in particular sort of stood out to me. So May 18th of 2023, Jupiter is going to square Pluto at 0 degrees of Aquarius. So this is a critical new beginning. I feel like I'm a broken record. I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately. Even in the tarot readings I do, it's all about new beginnings, new beginnings, new beginnings. 2023 is all about change, and it's all about new beginnings. So this is another one. This is another one that's gonna come in probably pretty quickly for some of us, especially those of us with planets or points at 0 degrees, especially of Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, or Taurus. Something's going to change. Something's going to pivot pretty quickly. Now, I'm not saying the rest of us won't feel this energy if we don't have specifically anything at 0 degrees, because Aquarius and Taurus fall somewhere in our charts, and those areas are going to shift and change and pivot and transform because we're dealing with Pluto here. So I do feel like this energy could be an all or nothing energy, nothing to worry about or panic about. Again, this is just another layer of change that is going to continue, I'm going to say, for several years. What else here? So again, this is bringing our hopes, our wishes, our dreams, abundance into our lives, because again, it's Jupiter. And even when Jupiter makes squares to planets, it's still, I feel like even if it's a blessing in disguise, it's still a blessing because we're dealing with Jupiter. And I mean, Pluto gets a really bad rap. Pluto just wants us to be authentic. Pluto wants us to be stripped down, torn down, to be our authentic selves. That's all Pluto wants. So anyway, I don't want to go on and on about this. This is why I have to have notes in front of me, because I would probably natter on for 18 hours about this. But anyway, what else do I have here? This also sort of has a theme of the Saturn-Uranus square that we experienced in 2021 all year long. So Saturn was in Aquarius, Uranus in Taurus, and Uranus is still in Taurus. So there might be some similar themes coming up, but not exactly, because that was a year-long transit. So a lot of stuff happened during that year. And also this 0 degrees of Aquarius was also when Jupiter conjunct Saturn back in December of 2020. And this was the beginning of a new era in the air signs. I believe a new 200-year era in the air signs. So again, this is the activation point. This is, Pluto and Jupiter having that conversation of the next step of evolution, the next step of transformation, the next step of change, you guys. So anyway, May 18th, and that's going to happen. And not all of that is going to come down the pipe on May 18th. No, I'm just saying that's when the actual exact square is. Now, the next date, June 1st of 2023, is when Jupiter will conjunct the North Node that's currently transiting Taurus. Now, the North Node is destiny, karma, our life path. So again, this is going to play out differently for everyone. Look at where Taurus is in your chart, in particular around 3 degrees. So, and again, this doesn't mean if you have nothing at 3 degrees, that does not mean nothing is going to happen in your life, because we all have Taurus somewhere in our charts that represent a house. So, just to give you a quick rundown on this, this could be, again, new beginnings. I know I sound like a broken record. More new beginnings. This could be a culmination point of life lessons. And also, this also could be abundance, absolutely, because we're dealing with Jupiter. And this could also be interactions with other people that are either going to nudge us further along our path, nudge us back on the path, or nudge us on a different path. So some of these circumstances could be external for us. Some of it could be internal. Again, it depends on how this is landing in your personal chart. And then the last date I wanted to mention, I'm going to skip ahead into 2024. So April of 2024, Jupiter is going to conjunct Uranus. And, this is extremely exciting. So the planet of expansion, beliefs, joy, optimism meets the planet of chaos, the future, technology, humanitarian efforts. So, I always think of Uranus as like a clap of thunder, a lightning bolt. That's Uranus. It is the ultimate wild card. And that's what this transit is, you guys. Like Jupiter coming together with Uranus, and they're both heavy hitters in the sky. This is incredible. This could be unexpected money, unexpected windfalls. This could be unexpected fame. This could be unexpected popularity, new social circles, new resources coming in. This could be new friendships. This could be, new belief systems, because it's Jupiter. And I'm thinking out of this world matters. I know some people are into the whole alien thing and some people aren't, but just keep an open mind here with me. This literally could be some sort of out of this world communication or connection or dealing with other beings from other planets. possibly. So anyway, very, very, very exciting. And yeah, this could be, again, sudden change, just something to do with sudden change. So look at Taurus, where Taurus is in your chart, because that's where this conjunction is going to happen. And again, it's going to play out differently for every single one of us, because it depends on if this conjunction is going to aspect anything in your personal chart. Okay, if you have any personal planets in Taurus, Jupiter is going to conjunct them up to 3 times because of his retrograde. So again, we're dealing with Jupiter. So it's going to be, these planets or points in Taurus are going to be infused with this expansive, optimistic, blessing, joyful type of energy that Jupiter brings. So this is really fantastic. If you have your natal Jupiter in Taurus, congratulations, you are having your Jupiter return. This is setting the stage for you for the next 12 years of your life. So really great time to reflect back on what has happened the last 12 years of your life. Now you are making those plans or moving in a new direction as Jupiter moves along the zodiac for the next 12 years. So really, really exciting. I'll just give you some age brackets here just to give you an example. So if you are 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, or 84, if you're turning one of those ages between May of 2023 until May of 2024, you'll likely be having your Jupiter return. But again, it just depends. It's always a good thing to double check your chart. But anyway, very, very, very auspicious time for you right now. Plant those seeds of intention, set those wishes. You're going to have a fantastic year ahead. And really quickly, before I jump into the signs here, if you are a Virgo or Capricorn, or if you have any planets, points, or placements in these areas of the chart, rewards and blessings are coming your way. And also, I'm going to say if you have any Taurus points as well, rewards and blessings should be coming your way this year. Cancer and Pisces, there's going to be opportunities for you to take advantage of. So this is going to be a sextile aspect to your signs or planets or points in these signs. So, it's up to you to take action. This isn't, again, the blessings just automatically flow into your life. They might, but they might not. So it's up to you if you want to take advantage of the opportunities that will probably come along your path this year, and you can either take them or leave them. Now, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, you are going to be asked, or sort of, dare I say, pressured to take some sort of risk, to take a step into the unknown. Now, again, I said earlier, a square aspect from Jupiter is not like a square from, say, Saturn or Neptune or Uranus, for that matter. It's more of a, well, all the squares, in my opinion, are a blessing in disguise. It really depends on how you look at astrology. I look at all the planets in astrology as a blessing in disguise, all the transits as a blessing in disguise. We just don't see it until after the fact. So, but anyway, that's just my opinion. So I'll give you some examples. Getting fired from a job, leaving a job, leaving behind a relationship that is just not, fitting your lifestyle anymore. And again, because it's Jupiter, a blessing is going to shortly come behind it. You're going to see the light maybe a little bit quicker than, say, if you were dealing with Saturn or Neptune or Pluto, for example. Okay, so I want to go through each and every sign to let you know where you may see this blessing, this boost from Jupiter in at least one area of your life. Keep in mind, I'm using a whole sign, whole house system. So I also use Western tropical astrology. So this is not going to resonate for every single one of you. Every natal chart is different. And also there are dozens of house systems out there. So it just depends on what you prefer, basically. I would say take what resonates, leave the rest. Watch for your ascendant, your sun, and if you want to watch for your moon, because if Jupiter is aspecting your moon, that is also, can be quite prominent in your life as well. So you can pull all this information together. Also, if you have a stellium in one of the signs, I would also recommend, so a stellium is like 3 planets minimum or more. Because again, Jupiter making aspects to these planets, multiple hits. Again, you could have some multiple blessings coming into your life, or multiple more change coming into your life, right? Now, if you don't have your birth chart in front of you, you can go to astro.com or punch into any search engine, birth chart calculations, put in your information, and it will produce a birth chart for you. So let's jump into every single sign here, starting with Aries. Just give me a sec. Okay, Aries, this is happening in your second house of money, work, finances, income, your values, and this also represents your material possessions. So Aries, lucky you. You are going to have a fantastic year ahead. I'm just going to put that out there right now. You are going to get a double dose of financial abundance, financial success. So I'm going to say, I think you're going to have a really productive, profitable, there we go, year ahead. Really great time to line those pockets, bank that money, plump up that savings account, whatever you want to do. Your confidence is going to be at an all-time high. This is a really great time to develop your skills, your talents, your abilities, or to expand in one of those areas. And also really great time to plant those financial seeds for the future. Investing looks really good. Financial problems from the past might clear up at this time. Now, with that said, though, I just want to go back to investing because I want to remind individuals that Uranus is still in here. So we're going to still be dealing with ups and downs in the financial market at least until 2026, at least. So again, keep that in mind. Heed your intuition, Aries, or again, work with an accountant, a financial advisor, a trusted advisor, whatever the case may be. You will likely want to splurge on yourself at this time, which is not a bad thing. But again, because it's in that financial house, I do have to caution you about overspending. That's, to me, kind of a no-brainer. Is when Jupiter is in here, he's going to make you want to spend, and also maybe even collect more material possessions. Now, I can't remember if I said this or not. Financial problems from the past could clear up at this time, maybe. But again, keep in mind Uranus is still in here, so that's the ultimate wild card, and we can't predict what Uranus is going to do. It's pretty difficult. What else here? You might also want to expand your home, personal possessions. I think I mentioned that. A major purchase or a major sale is also possible this year. A bonus, a promotion, a salary increase could come your way this year, Aries. If you own a business or run a business or are part of a business, things should look really good, absolutely, for the next year. But again, be cautious of overspending. I do suggest managing or tracking your finances, or get someone you trust, an accountant or whatever, to help you out with, balancing the books, so to speak. Okay, Taurus, lucky you. This is happening in your first house of the self, the body, your physical appearance, the identity, your attitude, your style. This also rules, major life themes, because the first house really could touch any area of your life. So Taurus, you might be up for some change. I know, some more change. But again, it just depends on how this is aspecting your chart and what you are watching for. So very, very fortunate time for you. You should see noticeable improvements in your environment. So whether that's at home, whether that's at work, whatever the case may be. Even if you interact with the public, I think you're going to have a very good year ahead of you. And what else here? Also really great self-confidence. You know, Jupiter's going to expand that and make you feel fantastic. So I'd say pamper yourself, Taurus, pamper yourself. Just don't go overboard, right? There's always that balance that is tough to manage, right? You'll feel more optimistic. You're going to be more generous. You're going to be more joyful, or you're going to just come off that way to other people, very warm. Well, you already are, Taurus. What am I talking about? You already are, because that is your energy. You are ruled by Venus. So anyway, that's just going to get more expansive this year. You're going to look forward with, looking forward to the future, for example. If you're into that, you're going to look forward with optimism and faith and hope, which is fantastic. Again, like attracts like, so keep that positive vibration this year, Taurus. You're going to attract fantastic people into your life, love relationships if you're interested, or if you're open to that, even new business partnerships, whatever the case may be. You can attract a lot into your life this year. Really great period for self-improvement of any kind. As I mentioned earlier, dealings with the public could really improve, or people could seek you out for guidance or your leadership abilities in some way, shape, or form. You are able to overcome issues that may have been more difficult in the past. So again, you're going to have a good year. So when I say a year, I mean May 2023 to May of 2024, okay? And what else here? A couple cautions here, Taurus, because yes, I have to be cautious, I'm all about giving you guys a heads up, or sort of like this energy is all good, but there's always that overindulgence piece when it comes to Jupiter. So again, overeating, overdrinking, gambling, drugs, just watch all that, whatever you like indulging in, right? Because you're all about the sensory experience. So just be mindful of that. Also watch out for sort of extreme risky behavior as well. Because again, Jupiter in here is going to want to expand, and it's going to make you feel like invincible, which is fantastic. Absolutely. Because again, that's all about raising your vibration, which I am all for. But when you start, again, indulging in drinking or food or drugs or whatever the case may be, when this transit's over, you might be like, okay, what just happened over the last year? Or where did all my money go? Or how come I just gained 20 pounds? Where did that come from? You know what I mean? This energy could nip you in the bud in that way, okay? I'm not saying it's going to happen, Taurus. I'm just here to, what's that saying? Forewarn is whatever. I'm sure someone will correct me below. But anyway, I'm just here to, talk about all the angles of this energy, basically. And what else here? With Jupiter transiting the first house, I don't know. I've heard mixed reviews on this. Some people gain weight, some people don't. I don't know. So I guess it just depends on, again, balance depends on the indulgent piece, right? So, okay, Gemini, this is happening in your 12th house of the unseen, healing, closures, wrapping up karma, the subconscious mind, and this is also dreams and spirituality. So Gemini, this is actually a really beautiful transit. And also if you have Jupiter natally in the 12th house, this is like having a guardian angel on your shoulder 24/7. And don't get me wrong, we all have angels and spiritual tribes around us all the time. But with Jupiter here, you're going to get just a bigger blessing, basically. And it's like having a bigger spiritual tribe supporting you from behind. So this is a really great time to, if you're into this, really great time to connect into your spiritual tribe or find a spiritual tribe, maybe work with angels or tap into angels, guides, or nature. Maybe just even getting out in nature, Gemini. If you're not into the woo-woo stuff, try to get outside more, because again, this is Taurus. So try to, again, it's all about the sensory experience. So try to slow down. I know that's hard for you to do depending on what you're watching for, but I know the air signs want to go, 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 go. And it's all about the mind and the intellect and movement. But just try to, maybe chill out a little bit this year. And again, take in life, take in those experiences. Watch out for the signs and symbols too. Like synchronicity is going to be at an all-time high for you. Like synchronicity is present, and the more you notice it, like coins and feathers and animals and things like that, they're going to be like amped up this year. And as soon as you start noticing things, the Spirit's going to continue to put things in your path so you can notice them. So anyway, that's, again, if you're into it. If you're not, that's totally fine. But synchronicity and signs and symbols are going to be more obvious in the next year. And again, this is a quieter transit with Jupiter in the 12th. You're going to notice that you're a little bit more compassionate, a little bit more caring, a little bit more empathetic, and more sensitive, which is not a bad thing, because again, Jupiter, everything's about purpose, and moving through the 12th house, it's going to make you more in tune with even people. If you deal with people, you might be more in tuned from that perspective. And also healing work is really favored at this time, along with shadow work. Because again, you're going to be able to tap into the subconscious mind much, much, much easier. Charity work, volunteering work is going to be extremely beneficial at this time. And Gemini, whatever you put out there, you're going to get back tenfold. And keep this in mind for good or for bad, because again, I don't want people to think, if they can go out and rip off a bunch of people, that's not going to come back to them. Now, you would never do that, right, Gemini? But anyway, I have to say it because I'm all about yin and yang and talking about both energies. I don't want to be talking about fluff all the time. I mean, even though sometimes it's not nice to just talk about the fluff all the time. But anyway, what you put out there, Gemini, you're going to get back tenfold during this transit. Well, that's life in general, but when you have Jupiter transiting the 12th, this is definitely very prominent. Your dreams could be very active, very vivid, very intuitive at this time. So I do recommend to keep a dream journal if you're interested, or again, pick up your phone and maybe take down some notes and make sure you write down the date, especially if anything is, what do they call it? Prophetic dreams, where you might see things happening in your dreams and then they might come true. So definitely a cool time to sort of jot down those notes at this time. Also, if you're into retreats, those are going to be beneficial at this time, and anything to do with pampering yourself, like, again, anything to do with the sensory experience. So say massage, or yes, going to a spa. Definitely a great time to indulge and spoil yourself from that perspective. You could be interested or drawn into the metaphysical or dream world at this time, again, if you're interested or not. And also, Gemini, you might, this isn't for everyone, but you might enter into a secret relationship at this time. So again, that's not for everyone, but I'm just putting it out there. Okay, I just got to take a drink here. Cancer. So Cancer, this is happening in your 11th house of friends, groups, community, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, and any sort of humanitarian efforts, and also social media. So Cancer, your friendship circle could expand at this time. I would say don't be afraid to reach beyond your current friendship circle, because you're going to meet maybe some very interesting walks of life over the next year. So I definitely encourage you to expand on the friendship front, or even join different memberships, groups, associations, church, whatever it is that you are interested in. I'd say expand your social circle at this time. What else here? Also, benefits and gains could actually come through organizations, friendship circles, memberships or clubs, anything that you belong to. You might notice more benefits coming from your friends, for example, or an association or a club that you belong to. Also, during this transit, friends could be really helpful during this time, like over the top helpful, which is fantastic. Networking is really, really, really favored at this time. So if you own a business or part of a business or whatever the case may be, or if it's part of if you're a consultant, get yourself out there, put yourself out there. This is going to be a huge benefit to you. Absolutely. What else here? And yes, really great transit to plant those seeds of intention for the long term, Cancer. Yeah, I mean, because this is not only Taurus, I'm just thinking about, this energy is sextiling your energy. So opportunities to invest or opportunities will be coming your way. Now, I'm not saying grab every single one of them. You have to use your own intuition, but this is an opportunity aspect for your Cancer points or placements. So you will have to take some sort of action to take advantage of this energy for sure. This is also the transit of careful what you wish for, because you might just get it, Cancer. So, because again, this is the house of hopes, your wishes, your dreams. So with Jupiter in here, boom, you might suddenly get your dream or your wish or whatever the case may be. Or I feel like for some, when Jupiter moves into Cancer in, I believe, 2025, maybe that's when you're going to reap huge rewards for whatever you're planting seeds for right now. Also, Cancer, your income is likely to increase at this time. And again, this is also really great energy for any sort of collaboration. Anything, again, to do with groups, memberships, associations look fantastic this year. The only thing I caution you about, Cancer, well, there's two things. Be careful about mixing money with friends. Probably, well, I'm not a believer of this anyway, unless you have the means that you're not going to get the money back. Then I'd say go nuts. Absolutely. But if you don't have the means to not get that money back, I would strongly suggest to not loan money to friends. But you do you, Cancer. I'm just here to kind of talk about all the possibilities of this energy here. Well, not all of them, otherwise this video would be like 24 hours long, but I'm just trying to hit the highlights here, or the high points. Also, watch out for get rich quick schemes. I feel like with Jupiter moving in Taurus, I think we are going to be a little bit more cautious and slower moving when it comes to, investments, money, things like that. But again, do heed your intuition, Cancer. If someone comes to you and wants a partner and they want you to fork out all this money and blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Again, heed your own intuition. The energy doesn't look good for things like that. But again, you do you, Cancer, and let me know how it works out down below. Absolutely. Okay. Leo. This is happening in your 10th house of career, reputation, your status, your public image, success. This is long-term goals. And also this is authority figures in your life. So this is the parental access. So could be the father or a father authority type of figure in your life, but it could also be mom or a motherly figure as well. So Leo, this is overall an incredible transit for your career or your business, whatever you do, whatever you put out there in the world, whatever you do on a day-to-day basis. Now, if you are retired, again, this is anything to do with your hobbies or, again, anything you do out there in the public eye, in the public world. So, this could be, if you are retired, actually, this could be something to do with making a difference or helping out other people maybe succeed or become successful. You could be like a mentor or a coach. Or this is you, if you are retired, you could pivot and take a whole new direction, and it does look successful. This is the year to do it, absolutely. Public recognition is possible. A promotion into a leadership position or management position is likely this year, or if something comes up, Leo, I would say apply for it. Like, don't doubt, apply for it, because you're going to appear very, very good to whoever is making the hiring decisions. Definitely reach for those career aspirations this year. Definitely, even if it's just one small step, do it. Like, do it, do it, do it. Try to go after them this year. Really great year to look for another job or a different job opportunity if you are interested, because again, this is the 10th house and Jupiter brings blessings. So Jupiter is going to bring lots of different opportunities possibly your way. You could experience more joy and freedom in your career, or again, whatever you do day to day, if it's hobbies or if you're retired, whatever the case may be. This is excellent supportive energy to start a business. So if you want to turn a side hustle into a business, this is a fantastic time to do it, or again, take those next steps towards it. What else here? This could actually indicate a marriage as well. So if that's on your radar, that's a possibility. Your parents or some sort of authority figures could help you out financially in some way this year or over the next year. Now, keep in mind, Leo, I said it earlier, these are squaring energies to your sign, because Leo placements square Taurus placements. So depending on what you're watching for, at first it might seem difficult or it might seem uncomfortable. But again, this is Jupiter. Jupiter is making you move for a reason. Jupiter wants change in this area of your life. So yes, at first it's going to be uncomfortable or disappointing in some way. But then again, you're going to look back and be like, wow, I'm so grateful that happened. I'm so happy that happened. So just keep that in mind. But again, Jupiter squares are not as maybe long or challenging as, again, if we were dealing with Saturn or Uranus or Pluto, those are different energies, but this is Jupiter. So blessing in disguise, absolutely. Now, maybe once Jupiter moves into Gemini, and that's going to be in 2024, keep in mind, this is the sextile aspect. So Leo, you're going to have not only opportunities this year, meaning May 2023 to May 2024, but you're going to have even more opportunity from May 2024 and beyond, because that's what Jupiter is going to be blessing you with. So take advantage of this energy, Leo. Absolutely. Okay, I just got to take a drink here. Virgo. Virgo, this is happening in your 9th house of higher education, teaching, long distance travel, ethics, beliefs, philosophy, religion, the legal system. This could also be just meeting people from different cultural backgrounds, just basically different from you, or what you would consider as, what is different. So basically, Virgo, you are going to expand your horizons over the next year. You will likely have opportunity to travel. I'll be surprised if you don't travel, but again, it really depends on what planet or placements you're watching for right now. You could have opportunities to study or again, meet people from different countries, different cultural backgrounds. If you are studying this year or are pursuing some sort of educational adventure, it's going to go really well this year. This is a fantastic time, Virgo, to dive into any sort of educational study or higher education, learning, whatever the case may be, or even teaching. Excellent time to do it this year. What else here? Also, Virgo, you're going to be open to learning something new. You're going to be open to, expanding the mind, so to speak. You'll be open to new perspectives and new opinions. Maybe even a new meaning in life. I love this transit because it opens up your mind in ways that maybe is not so much possible. And again, it depends on how your chart is set up. But yeah, beautiful transit for that. And if you are looking to expand your business in foreign markets, just get out of the area that you're in right now. Do it this year. This year is the time to dabble in it and give it a try. I'm not saying bet the farm and throw everything to the wind and blah, blah, blah. Give it a try. Give it a try, because again, this is the transit of reaching a higher, bigger, wider audience. So go for it. I'm going to say go for it. It's especially with Uranus in here, God, who knows? You might reach a bigger audience that you ever would have imagined if you just give it a try. So I'm going to say give it a try, Virgo. You never know. And what else here? If you're in the travel industry, tourism industry, hospitality, if you're an author, blogger, if you're in the education or teaching field, which I mentioned earlier, excellent. You're going to have a great year ahead. You're going to have a fantastic year ahead. So put yourself out there. Also, legal matters, if they come up this year, or if you're trying to wrap up legal matters, they look very favorable for you during this year. You're also, Virgo, you need this. You're less prone to sweat the small stuff this year. So that is fantastic. You, out of all the signs, need that break. Absolutely. Your relationships with your in-laws could really improve at this time or be very beneficial in some way, shape, or form to you. Couple things I want you to be mindful of here. Be cautious of the know-it-all mentality, because again, this is the 9th house. So, because Jupiter is going to make you a little bit full of yourself and make you just feel like you know everything. If you don't know something, just say you don't know. Just say you don't know. It's not going to kill anyone. It's not going to kill you, hurt you, whatever. Just say, I don't know. I'll look into it and I'll get back to you on that. Also, speaking of reaching a wider audience, do be mindful of what you put out there. Because again, and also with Uranus in here, you could something could go viral that you didn't want to go viral. Now, this again could work in a really positive way, but again, I'm sure you can imagine how this could work in a very negative way. So just be mindful of that, and also be cautious on overspending, because we are talking about Taurus here, the sign of money. So I'm thinking spending on travel. Watch your spending on travel, and also watch your spending on any sort of educational pursuits this year. Libra. So Libra, this is happening in your 8th house of transformation, death, rebirth, sex, fears, power, control, taxes, debts, loans. This is a heavy house. Joint finances. Also, this covers psychological matters as well. So, Libra, you might see benefits or gains in the areas of joint finances, shared resources, loans. This is also a really favorable energy for investments. But again, as I mentioned earlier, with Uranus in here, we're going to see the markets, anything to do with money, it's going to continue to be shaken until 2023. So again, anything to do with investments, make sure you lean on a financial advisor, somebody you trust, an accountant, whatever the case may be. Use your own intuition and go from there. Also, this is really favorable energy for intimacy, sexuality, healing of all kinds, because you can easily tap into the subconscious mind, shared resources, I already mentioned that, psychological matters like healing is really, really beneficial at this time. So working with a counselor is extremely beneficial at this time. Now, if your job or your career or your business involves investigations, research, spirituality, the mind, therapy, again, anything psychological, you are going to make some great strides this year. So take advantage of this energy. Also, an insurance settlement, a tax rebate, or an inheritance could come your way this year. Also, your partner, now this could be either a business partner or love relationship, your partner could get a financial boost this year, therefore benefiting you. So that's also a positive. Yeah, financial planning and strategy is definitely encouraged, definitely favored. A new home or a new vehicle purchase is very possible because, again, with Jupiter in here, if you go and apply for a loan, you'll likely get it. You'll likely get it because Jupiter is going to bless this area of your life for over the next year. If you're single, Libra, you're going to get lots of sexual opportunities coming your way. So good for you if you're single, have fun. But if you are attached, you will have the opportunity to expand your relationship in a more deep, romantic, intimate level, which is really beautiful energy. Also, Libra, during this time, you might be less sensitive to power issues or power struggles. You'll also be less aware of sharing resources. So a couple things I want you to be mindful of here with this energy. So watch out for manipulation. This could sneak up on you. And the easiest example I can think of is, say you and your partner want to go together and buy a large item like property, and you go together and buy it, but maybe you're the one forking over the down payment, or you're the one putting all the money into it, and your partner's not, but you don't realize it until after this transit's done. So yes, Jupiter in here is a blessing. Don't get me wrong. Jupiter in the 8th house is a blessing. However, if it's used in sort of a way where you're buying beyond your means, it could really catch up to you next year. And you might just not be aware of it, So that's just one example. You also have this power, Libra, to manipulate others as well. So, and you might be doing this consciously or unconsciously, So just be mindful of that because, again, Jupiter in this powerhouse, the 8th house is it's a very, very heavy, powerful house. And it's all about control and manipulation as well. So with Jupiter in here, it could expand that, right? So again, this could be coming through other people, or this could be you manipulating others or projecting that onto other people. So just be mindful of that. And I already mentioned, be aware of joint financial agreements or spending. That's a huge caution here. So just read the fine print. And again, this goes for business partnerships. So not just love relationships. So again, if you have a business partner that comes to you and wants a bunch of money from you, be mindful, don't fall for those get rich quick schemes. It's likely not going to work out during this transit for you, Libra. So, but again, I'm just here to forewarn. That's it. You don't have to listen to me. You can do whatever you like, but I definitely want to warn people of this energy. But I mean, all in all, this is Jupiter. It's a blessing, but sometimes Jupiter, as I mentioned earlier, there is such thing as too much of a good thing sometimes when we're dealing with Jupiter. Okay, I just got to take another drink here. So Scorpio, this is happening in your 7th house of contracts, marriage, legal matters, business partnerships. This is Scorpio relationships in general. So love, business, friendship, whatever, all type of relationships. So Scorpio, this is a really good time for any type of partnerships. You're going to learn a lot about yourself through partnerships during this transit. Gains or successes are very, very likely now through new or existing business partnerships, marriage partnerships, common law, negotiations, contracts. Now, Scorpio, sometimes this transit dissolves a relationship. This is not for everyone because it depends on your chart. it depends on where this is aspecting in your chart, okay? And it depends on what you're watching for. But sometimes this transit dissolves a relationship for the better, and you'll be relieved by it. So, I mean, you'll feel this, you know, you'll resonate with this if this resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate and you're happily married, common law, whatever the case may be, then yeah, this just means you're going to expand on that partnership this year in a more romantic, intimate level. Absolutely. But again, for those of you that a relationship dissolves, and again, this could be partnership or marriage, you're going to meet someone for the better. You're going to meet someone a lot better suited for you. And again, this could be love or in business. If you're wrapped up in any sort of legal matter, Scorpio, whether it's this year or maybe in the past, things should go better. Absolutely. With Jupiter in here, Jupiter's going to move things along a little bit quicker and wrap things up a little bit quicker for you. Absolutely. And it does look good, but again, it depends on the situation. Now, if you are in consulting, Scorpio, or if you're a freelancer or whatever the case may be, this is a fantastic time to put yourself out there. Absolutely. Expand, network, do what you got to do. It looks like a good year for that. Now, keep in mind, Scorpio, publicity, some sort of publicity might come your way. Now, this could be, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. It really depends, again, how your chart is set up. And the reason why I say that is because this is the house of open enemies. Now, and this is usually people we already know. This is not like hidden enemies like I think that's the 12th house. But these are people we already know, like exes, I don't know, people we pissed off, whatever. So, I mean, these people aren't going to come out of the blue, but just, again, be mindful, because with Jupiter in here, it could expand, you know, basically conflicts in this area. So just be mindful of that. Now, Scorpio, I'm going to say it because, again, this energy, like all energy, has night and day, black and white energy. So positive energy, negative energy. So Scorpio, if you have been a little bit shady in business not so much this year, in the past, let's say, this might come to light with Jupiter in this 7th house. Because Jupiter is really going to expand those issues to the point where you cannot hide anything anymore. So, and again, this does not apply to everybody, okay? But I'm going to say it. I'm going to put it out there just to warn. Okay, so those type of things could definitely come to light this year. But definitely not a bad transit, Scorpio. Beautiful blessings are definitely coming to your relationship sector for the next year. Sagittarius, this is happening in your 6th house of day-to-day work, your diet, your health, your fitness, your pets, habits, the workplace. It's how you are of service to the greater good. So overall, Sagittarius, you're going to have some fantastic blessings and benefits in your day-to-day life, work, home, health. This could really touch any area of your life. This is a big house, lots of activity, lots of action going on in the 6th house. So this energy, Sag, will enhance your ability to take care of the details this year, take care of the nitty-gritty, take care of all the day-to-day responsibilities and duties that you have. Any type of service or work that you do this year, you will do very well. Everything's going to go over very well. It should be a lot smoother than usual. Your current job or career or whatever you do on a day-to-day should improve. Your routines should also smoothen out or get better as well over the next year. And this is a great time to fix it, Sag. It's not going to just automatically happen. I should say that. Sometimes it does. With Jupiter, sometimes it does. But take advantage of this energy to purposeful action. Take that purposeful action to make your life better. Now, if you're looking for a job, fantastic year to look for new job opportunities. I feel like they're going to present themselves to you this year. If you hire anyone, if you own a business, even if if you're looking for, I don't know, a gardener or someone to cut the lawn or remove the snow in my case, but um, depending on where you live on the planet, I guess, this could stretch to whatever. If you need to hire somebody the next year, you're going to find the right people. You're going to find the right people, which is absolutely a blessing. What else here? Rewards or recognition could come your way this year, which is fantastic. Your health should be really great this year because, again, Jupiter in the health house bestows blessings. So if you have any procedures or treatments going on right now, they should go very well. They should go very well. But again, don't sit around and wait for it. You have to take action with this energy. Or again, that's what I'm suggesting. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below how you magically woke up one day and you were completely healed. I'd love to hear. I would love to hear stories like that. Absolutely. But, all in all, your health should really improve this year. Or again, you'll attract the right practitioners or health regimes or diets or whatever the case may be to get yourself back on track from a health perspective. Really great time to get into a new exercise routine, eat well, diet, whatever the case may be for you, whatever you're interested in from a health perspective. You actually might bring in a new pet into the home, Sagittarius, with this transit, which is really fun. And just a couple things I want to be mindful of. I always like to warn you guys, there's light and dark to these energies. So do be careful of overeating, because again, this is the food sign. This is Taurus we're talking about here. So you'll want to maybe eat more. Also, watch out for overextending yourself, whether that's at work or with your family or whatever the case may be. Look out for overextending yourself because, again, you're going to be very generous in this area, Sagittarius, so you might find it challenging to rein it in. So just be mindful of that. Make sure you take care of yourself. Like, this is a transit of taking care of you, taking care of your body, again, health. So make sure you are taken care of first before you go and help out hundreds of other people, right? Also, this is not so much an issue with Jupiter, but Jupiter, again, because Jupiter expands anything he touches, watch out for inflammation or irritation in the body. Just be mindful of that. Again, be mindful of what you put into your body this year. Absolutely. Okay, I just got to take a sip here. All right, Capricorn. Capricorn, this is happening in your 5th house of children, love affairs, romance, creativity, self-expression, hobbies, fertility, gambling. Oh, Capricorn, yeah, you need this right now. We need this right now. I'm a Capricorn rising and a moon, and yes, we need this. I'm looking forward to this transit because Jupiter is going to be trining the planets and placements, points, whatever you're watching for in Cap. We need this. We need this. So this is such a blessing for us. So Capricorn, we are in for a fun, lighthearted year if we take advantage of the energy, if we step away from the keyboard or whatever you do for work. Step away. You got to breathe it in this year. You got to, remember I talked about earlier, the senses, the sensory experience. That's what Jupiter in Taurus wants us to experience this year. So take advantage, Capricorn. Stop working for once, just for a little bit. I'm not asking you to take a year off. Just take some breaks. So creative or artistic projects or hobbies are really favored this year, Capricorn. So dive into it. Try something new. You'll be surprised because you might actually stumble upon gifts, talents, abilities that you didn't even know you had. So dive into something new this year. I challenge you to do that. Dive into something new, Capricorn, especially if you're watching for your sun, your ascendant, even your moon, and if you have a stellium in Capricorn. Challenge yourself to do something new from a creative outlet. So that's your homework, Capricorn. What else here? And love and romance. Love and romance is definitely heightened with Jupiter in here. So, love could enter your life. Now, if you're already in a partnership, you're going to deepen that love, but it's going to be lighter, just more carefree, not so intense and heavy, and you're worried about this and worried about that. Like, this is a beautiful year for romance, you guys, whether you're attached or not. So again, take advantage of this. Go on a vacation. Capricorn, go on a vacation with your loved ones or family or whatever the case may be. Excellent time to do it. Investments and stocks look really good this year. But remember, I said earlier, I caution everybody about this. Uranus is still in here. Uranus is going to continue to shake up the markets at least until 2026. So it's going to be like this. So again, heed your intuition, work with a financial advisor, accountant, someone you trust, whatever the case may be. But all in all, if I'm just talking about Jupiter in Taurus, in the 5th house, investments and stocks, money looks good this year. If you have children, relationships with your kids are going to be fantastic this year. So, I mean, if you have some riffs and tiffs with your kids, make the effort to, you know what, I don't even think you're going to have to put in a lot of effort because this is a trine, but, make that effort to mend the family because it's going to be a beautiful year to do that. Also, Capricorn, if you want to start a family, this is a beautiful time to do it. Again, take advantage of this energy. You're going to be very fertile. Now, if you're a guy sitting there thinking, well, this doesn't apply to me, I don't care. No. If you're a Capricorn male listening to this, you're also very fertile. So you could get your partner pregnant. So just be mindful of this energy. If you want to start a family, take advantage. If you don't, again, take those extra precautions, Capricorn, whether you're a male or a female. Already mentioned, great time to take a vacation. You have a whole year, Capricorn. Plan it right now. Get it on the whatever calendar right now, like right now. Couple things I want to warn you about. I do caution around gambling because you're going to feel very confident this year when it comes to money and resources and finances. So, if you have the resources, Capricorn, go ahead, gamble away. But if you don't, I just caution, live within your means, only gamble what, if you lose it, you lose it. That's how you have to plan it, right? So don't bet the farm. And again, there could be a hint of overconfidence in financial investments again. So I just warn you double. I know I'm repeating myself here, but I just don't want people to bet the farm and then they lose everything because again, Uranus is still in this sign. So who knows what's going to happen? And also it depends on your chart, depends on what other aspects, Jupiter along with all the other planets in the sky are making. Now, balance. Yeah, balance is key during this transit. I know this is a beautiful transit for Capricorns, like I said, with the trine, but again, balance is still key because you can overspend or overinvest or whatever the case may be. And also read the fine print, Capricorn. So if anything comes across your desk or whatever the case may be, a new partnership, a new opportunity, just take the time because you're going to feel really good this year. Like you're going to feel on top of the world this year, but just take the time to review the document, the proposal, whatever the case may be, a new business partnership, whatever it is, take the time to review the information first. Aquarius, this is happening in your 4th house of home, family, roots, property, the past. Now, this is also the parental axis, Aries. Aquarius. Ooh, my bad. Not Aries, Aquarius. This is also the parental axis, more so the female authority figure in your life. So this could be like a mom or a mom figure, but it could also be a dad as well. Could also be a dad. So Aquarius, in short, you're going to have change on the home front. There's going to be benefits when it comes to the home front. Family, property, domestic living, your domestic situation, however you're living right now, all of this is going to improve over the next year. Now, I'll get into it in a second here, but I mean, you got to take advantage of this energy because this is a squaring energy. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. If the sky opens up and delivers you a brand new $1 million house, perfect. I want to hear about it, but again, this is squaring energy. So you have to take action in this area of your life. But with Jupiter here, Jupiter's got your back, and Jupiter is all about blessings and abundance and expansion. So if you want to change your home, if you want to move, if you want to get a mortgage, give her, put yourself out there. This is going to bring a lot more joy and happiness and optimism when it comes to your day-to-day home life. Also, Aquarius, you're going to want to stick around home over the next year. You'll sort of crave just staying in your own home, so to speak. Again, opportunity to buy or sell real estate is extremely favored during this transit. So I would say go for it, give it a try. Now, if you're content where you are, renovations. You might get the itch to shuffle furniture around or start making some renovations or kitchen renovations or whatever the case may be. Renovations are very favored during this time. Anything to do with expanding or beautifying your home is very beneficial at this time. Also, Aquarius, you could be expanding your family at this time. So you could be welcoming in a new baby, new adoptions. You could even be welcoming in a new pet. That's more so the 6th house, but I'm just going to put it out there anyway because Jupiter is all about expanding the home. Pets are part of our lives. Whether, you're into snakes or spiders or cats or dogs or other exotic animals, that could be a thing too. Absolutely. So I'm not going to rule out pets because they're a huge part of our lives. Absolutely. Relationships with parents or other family members are really favored during this transit as well. So if there's any rifts or tiffs you have with family members, beautiful year to just smooth that out. But again, this energy is squaring you, Aquarius. So Jupiter is going to have your back, so you have to take that action. You have to take that first step, is what I would suggest. There could be a family reunion over the next year, which is fantastic. Inheritance or your parents or authority figures in your life could help you out financially in some way this year. Maybe financially getting into a home or financially supporting your renovations or whatever the case may be. So again, as I mentioned throughout this energy is squaring your energy. That doesn't mean bad things are going to happen to you, Aquarius. We're dealing with Jupiter here. So even when Jupiter is squaring any planets or placements or points in your sign, it's still a blessing in disguise. And I'll use a very simple example of moving. So say you move this year. Well, I don't know anyone who thinks moving is fun. It can be stressful. Absolutely. You got to find help and hire help. And sometimes you got to renovate and clean before you even move into the house, right? So, but again, once you're settled in the house, it's oh, thank God, it's all over with. And I'm in my own home or whatever the case may be, condo, apartment, if you're even moving into a new apartment, same thing, it can be stressful, but it's a blessing in disguise, you guys. So that's the type of energy I'm talking about. And also keep in mind the benefits during this transit is going to be a lot greater than the challenges. It's just that you might not see them right away. You'll see them maybe after this transit passes. Or I made a note here, maybe when Jupiter moves into Gemini, that's in 2024, you guys, this is going to trine your Aquarius planets, points, placements. So that is a hell of a lot easier energy than what you're dealing with from now, May 2023 until May of 2024. So again, you guys, energy comes and goes, waxes and wanes. You're going to get your time. You're going to get your blessings. This is still a blessing in the 4th house, especially when it comes to home and family and roots and the past and healing the past. So Pisces, this is happening in your 3rd house of the mind, communication, transportation, siblings, cousins, neighbors. and also short distance trips or short distance travel. So Pisces, education, study, teaching, communication opportunities that come along your path this year could be extremely beneficial. But again, this is a sextile energy, so it's up to you if you want to take advantage of this energy or just leave it be, which is okay. You do you, Pisces. What else here? You might want to upgrade your skills, your knowledge, your abilities. Again, a fantastic time. Anything to do with the mind, your mindset, your attitude, your communication, learning, teaching looks fantastic over the next year. And again, this is an opportunity aspect, so opportunities will be coming in this area of your life. Also, neighbors, siblings, or cousins could play a role in your life this year in a very beneficial way, or you'll reap benefits from these groups of individuals. Also, Pisces, you'll be able to articulate yourself very well this year, and you're going to be very well received because Jupiter in the third house, well, yeah, you're going to attract, you know, so, and you're going to come off very like philosophical and wise and jovial and optimistic. So definitely a beautiful placement for Jupiter to be. If you're a teacher or an educator, very beneficial this year. Absolutely. You're going to have a fantastic year. If you're a student, a blogger, an author, again, fantastic year for you. So take advantage of it. Put yourself out there. If you work in anything to do with the communication sector, this is fantastic news. You're going to get a boost in your career. You'll have fantastic news coming in. You'll have opportunities coming in. So this is excellent for the communications or networking sector. You could have an opportunity to step into some sort of leadership, supervisor, or manager role this year. And again, that's up to you if you want to take that opportunity or not. Also, opportunities to travel this year. I'm thinking more so busyness around home, like around where you live, like short distance travel, short trips. But it could be long distance. It could have that flavor of long distance because it is Jupiter that we're talking about here. Also, business. If you own a business, Pisces, you know, I think business for you is going to be a fantastic year because you're going to, you know, marketing will be on point. Your communications will be on point. And if you don't have that right now in your business, seek it out. Get some help and get your business advertised because it's going to be fantastic. You're going to attract. Absolutely. A couple things I just want you to be mindful of, Pisces, is do be mindful of that know-it-all mentality. The reason why I say that is because this is in the education sector, right? So if your viewpoints are challenged or if you don't really know something, it's okay to say, you know what, I don't know. Let me look into that and get back to you. So just be mindful of that. Also, talking about putting yourself out there, do be mindful of what you do put out there, because for good or for bad, what if it just explodes? What if it goes viral? Now, if it's something good, it's something good, you know, but if it's not something, or people are taking it the wrong way and then it went viral and you're like, that's not what I meant. This has that type of energy because Jupiter doesn't care. Jupiter's like, okay, whatever you put out there, Pisces, I'm going to expand. I'm going to bless. I'm going to infuse my energy into it. Jupiter doesn't really know if it's good or bad, right? So Jupiter's here to bless you and help you and expand you in this area of your life for the next year. So do be mindful of what you put out there. And also, because this is Taurus, be mindful of overspending. Now, specifically because it's the third house, watch out for overspending on vehicles. It actually is a good time to buy a vehicle when Jupiter is in the third house. I know I did that, and oh my gosh, 12 years later, I still have the same vehicle, and it's been fantastic. It's the best vehicle I ever bought. So the energy is there if you need to upgrade your transportation, whether bike, car, truck, whatever your transportation is. If you even do drive, very beneficial. But on the other side, you could overspend when it comes to vehicles. So instead of going for, maybe a regular 4-door car, you go for like $100,000 truck or SUV, and you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have bought that. Maybe I didn't really need that. So anyway, I'm just putting it out there as an example. Also, you'll want to spend on traveling, again, whether that's short distance or long distance. And you'll also want to spend money on something to do with educational pursuits or teaching or learning or whatever the case may be. Again, not a bad thing, but just Pisces, if you got the money, perfect, but if you don't and you need to live within your means, this is just a caution of Jupiter's going to make you feel so good. Jupiter's going to want you to expand in this area and blow all your money. So, so anyway, I'm just a bit of a caution there. So anyway, so that wraps up all the 12 signs. So I hope this helped. Of course, these are very general readings, you guys. Again, this is a whole sign, whole house system, tropical Western astrology. This is not going to resonate with every single one of you. Take what resonates, leave the rest. I can't wait to hear how Jupiter, is blessing your life in Taurus. You might feel this already with him moving into Taurus in May, which is very exciting. And this energy, as I mentioned earlier, take advantage of it, slow down. The universe is giving us permission to slow down, smell the roses, take in life, be grateful for where we are right now, and indulge, but with balance, right? So anyway, it's going to be a wonderful Jupiter transit. Enjoy and let me know how this transit is treating you and what benefits and blessings are coming into your life. So thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.